What's up, YouTube? This week I decided to make a couple miniature dishes for a little crystal kitty that I got for somebody that I rather enjoy spending some time with. So yeah, just me being silly with the little food dish, little water dish. So with that, let's get on the lathe and show you how we do it. Folks, so this week we are going to do some miniature turning for something a little different, fun, and a little bit of a challenge. So I've got two things in mind. I'm hoping this will be enough wood to do it. And if not, I got the other half of the blank I cut because it was way too long to do this to start with. Because you know, I'm only about two and a half, 3 inches out. So from here, we're gonna fire up the lathe. All right, so we're gonna start off with a bowl because if you guys follow the channel, we started this off, or this whole idea off, with this little box, with a little crystal kitty cat, because somebody that I really like is obsessed with cats, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna do some mini bowl turning to give her a decorative little cat bowl. We're going to do a water and food dish. So for the water bowl, we're going to make it a little bit deeper. So that hurt. For the record, I'm fine, but I kind of moved the wrong way and had something hit me in the groin right as that catch happened. So we're just going to smooth that out, and we're going to get rid of that gouge right there. I'm also thinking about moving you guys here real quick. So this way you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So we're going to pop the tool rest around here so we're more square. All right. All right, it's not wanting to cut all that well, so we're going to use a bowl hollower scraper tool from Easy Wood. All right. I'm not getting the right angle, so we're going to, that's too much. All right, we'll lock that down and we'll keep going. It's also getting harder for me to see, so I can only imagine what it's doing for you guys. So we're going to do this. All right. So with that, we've got a nice hollowed out. Ah, had some of my earbuds playing while I'm doing this, and I was like, what am I hearing? Oh, it's music. So we've got that done. So we're nice and hollowed out. We're gonna let you guys, we're gonna keep you guys there for the next bit. So we're gonna get this rough edge off. That's nice and smoothed up. Now we're just gonna come around here. And yes, I know I'm being really weird thinking about how much water a fake cat can have in its little fake water dish, but whatever. It's part of the fun for me. All right. Now we're gonna try to take a little bit more out of the middle of here. And the trick with doing this is just really, really light cuts. You're not trying to take a bunch of wood out. All right. All right. So we got that. I'm going to move you guys around here because we're going to add a little bit more detail onto here before we cut it off. Well, we're going to sand it up a little bit too. Now we're going to grab a spindle gouge because we are technically spindle turning this. I was using a bull gouge to start. All right. All right. Whenever you're doing this around your chuck, make sure you don't hit this with it if it's spinning. It's never a good idea to adjust your tool rest with your lathe running. I still do it, but you shouldn't. So don't do as I say, not as I do. All right, now we're going to take a little parting tool. Open this up. All right. And we got one other little cut we're going to make. And that's right there. All right. Now we're just going to slow this down and we're just going to run the grits really quick. We're not going to worry about water popping this because it shouldn't be exposed to water. Speed that up a little bit. And then to do the inside, we just fold this. With the most aggressive grit, which is what I always start with, you can move a lot of wood and do a lot of your final smoothing out if you weren't exactly graceful with your lathe tools. I know a lot of beginners on a lathe There's a lot to remember, and it's easy to make mistakes, so sandpaper is your best friend. Even from experienced people, I know a lot of us, at least the ones that I know, will still sand a lot. And I also just thought of something. Let's reverse the direction. That way you guys can see it. It'll make it a little easier for you guys to see. All right. This is going to be a really pretty looking little water dish. There is something super satisfying about making mini stuff on a lathe too. It's a lot harder than doing big because it's harder to see, but it's just super satisfying. And I also saw something. All right. Not what I thought it was. We had a lot of storms roll through, and I'm trying to find some recently felled trees from the wind damage on next door, so all right. Last sanding grit. All right. Slow this down. My wood finish, or my pen finish rather, is not where it normally is because I've been using it for other things. So we are going to throw a little bit of finish on this just to make sure it's sealed up. And they are more susceptible to changes in moisture in the air. So if you add a little finish, it does help with a little bit of the movement that you will get. All right, so we'll run that out of the way. This is hard maple, so it usually doesn't change too much on the color. All right, so we're gonna just all right, so now we're just gonna set this and we're gonna go to the food dish. And the person that knows who this is for, because by the time this is released, you'll have it. You better appreciate the work I'm putting into this honey. And the people that don't know her, I give my girl grief all the time. So, all right, that's done. So now we are just gonna flip this back to forward and cut it off the rest of the way with my little 16th inch parting tool. One other tip for doing stuff like this: as you cut it off, you'll get that little nub. Just take a little bit of this knife isn't sharp enough. Let me grab a carving blade real quick. But while I'm running away, what I was saying was you will have that little nub. If you can, just snip it off. This is a detail knife for one of the carving knife sets I keep out here. And I usually keep this knife nearby for doing this. The reason it takes a little bit more time to do this, the way I cut this off the lathe, which is why I'm also wanted to make sure I showed you guys this. You can see how it's a little bit concave, how it goes down and in. You do that so no matter where you set it, it'll always sit flat. It's a little tip I use, or a little trick I use rather, on all of my production bowls that I sell. It's just one of those added little things to make life a little bit nicer for the end user. All right, now for the food dish, we're gonna start off by just getting this as straight and flat as possible. All right. Now, for when I think of a food dish, I think of something that's not as deep, but still has a wide base. So we're gonna just come in where it looks right. Bring that down. We're gonna come in here. All right, we got that. And now we're going to put in the final detail work. All right. And there's our little food dish. So all right. From here, I'm going to throw this on the time lapse. Actually, no. From here, I'm just going to finish this and show you guys what it looks like when we're done. Here we go. We got our little water dish and the little food dish on the little box. So yeah, if you ever wondered how people can make little miniature bowls, goblets, even though I know I call it a water dish, it's nothing more like a goblet. Yeah, you can always do fun little shapes too. Your only limitation is your imagination with miniatures. Just remember, light cuts, sharp tools, take your time, and sandpaper is your best friend for your final shaping. With that, I will say cat in the hat, dappy dap, be safe, keep making, and have a good one, folks.